Hello Reborners, my name is Karen and this is Making Dolls with Karen. I thought we'd do something new today. I thought we'd do some creasing experiments. Everybody knows what it looks like when I crease with paint. It is just runny and it just doesn't stay. I can put it on in layers over and over again, and by the end of the time of making the doll, they're gone. So these are finished limbs, and there's 4 different dolls here that I've been working on recently and have not yet put together. I have the Quinn limbs that go with Charles. I believe these are Zuri's limbs. Yes, Zuri. These are Lewis, and these are Evelyn. So I thought we'd try 4 different techniques, none of which are going to be wet paint. On one of them, I'm going to use eyeshadow. I see people on videos using eyeshadow all the time to crease their doll. On another one, I'm going to give Pan Pastel another chance. And on one, I'm going to do, well, if I can find it, the Prismacolor pencil. And on the last, excuse me, I have hiccups. And on the last one, I'm going to use, okay, where's that one now? I can't even remember what it is right now. Oh yes, dry brushing. I'm going to use the dry brushing. I'll just be using these dry brushes, and I'm going to try to crease her, him, her, whichever one I pick, and then just bake. We're going to try to give them nice looking little creases on their feet. For some reason, the creases that I put on this doll stayed on the bottom of the feet. On that foot anyway, I don't know about the other one. It stayed fair on that one too. Sometimes the creases do stay, and sometimes, well, they just don't. But those look nice. Anyway, we're just going to assign one limb probably to each doll. There's no need to do the other limbs if the limbs that we're doing, if the one limb we're doing doesn't hold. I wanted to do a nail one too, but I've already glossed the nails, and it won't go on over the gloss. And so I'll do a nail one later on to see if I can figure out how to get that cute little look on the nails that I see people doing. But anyway, I believe this one was already started using the Prisma pencil because it looks like it. And so I'm going to continue this one with the Prisma pencil. I'm going to move some of these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Well, don't scoot them on this thing. Anyway, try to move them out of the way. Anyway, put these way up here where you don't even see them. Okay, this is the limb we're going to work on right here. We may compare it to some unfinished limbs, some uncreased limbs. But with the Prisma pencil, all you do is sharpen it to the point you want. If you have a really, really tight or tiny crease, you're going to want a sharper point than what I have. You wouldn't want it much duller than this, though, because if you did, it would, this is not a real sharp one. This is like, you remember being in school and you'd sharpen your pencil, and for a while you could write real good, and then it would start to get dull. This is when it's just starting to get dull. And I'm going to go on and crease him, I don't know which one this one is, with this pencil. And when we're all finished with this experiment, we're going to see which one looks the best. I don't know what you'll be able to see on camera, but I can tell you my opinions. I don't know, they don't count for much, but I do like a creased doll. I just don't like doing it because it's not, it seems like a futile effort because it never stays. sold 2 more dolls yesterday. The mailman will be picking them up today. I have to do it that way sometimes because, well, the mail service, any day the mail runs, you can schedule a pickup of a package and they'll come get it. But if it's like Sunday, you just have to wait. But okay, when you're doing this, I got that one really dark. You're gonna need something to smudge it with. I'm gonna try this. If you get it too dark, sometimes they need smudging anyway, so they don't just look like you drew on them with a pencil. It smudges real nice if you do it right away. If you wait until time has passed, you're not going to get a good smudge. I did a little more on the bottom of the foot. I'm going to do these on the back, a little more on the back of the foot. The darkness of your crease is dependent upon how hard you press down and how sharp your pencil is. Determines how fat or skinny of a line you're going to make. And for this, you need to have a very light touch until you get very, very used to the way it handles. I'm going to bake these dolls. My friend and I had a little tutorial, a little experiment online last night. We were FaceTiming. She lives in Missouri and I live in Tennessee. But we were FaceTiming with some powders she bought. And she was showing me what happened when she put them on the doll. And she did several different little experiments, and it stayed on. And I was encouraged. She does hers first, and it gives them the look of, look at that, I love that knee. It gives them the look of creases. She used this loose powder, and it was makeup, and it stayed on so good. And she even painted over the top of it to see if it would come off if she painted on it, and it did not come off. I was so impressed. Look at that little foot. I love the pencil one. That's the one we're going to do for pencil. Now I'm going to grab one over here from this stack. Try to get one that has good creases on it. Okay, I'll use this one. And we're going to use this time we're going to use the eyeshadow. There's 2 different colors in here that I played around with last night. I didn't do much because, well, I don't know, I just didn't do much. I'm unsure what kind of a brush to use. I think it needs to be sort of pointy. Some of these pointy ones have got something coating them. They're just as hard as a rock. You can't bend them or anything. And I don't know if that's a good choice. It will get down in the crevice. She used a swab. I think I'll try a swab. She used a pointy swab, and she said it works fabulously. I could see her doing it. What I couldn't see was exactly how the swab was doing. She'd do it and then she'd show me, you know, like that, like I'm doing you. But I'm going to try this purple right here. And I'm going to try to get it down in one of these creases. And, oh, it goes in really fabulously with a... The only problem is these brushes have, these swabs are kind of loosely. And when I say loosely, I mean very loosely wound. And when you try to use them, ooh, I like that. You can't see that when it's way up by the hip. That's why I did it first, because if it was going to look funny, I wasn't going to do it. Let's try this one right here. The swab makes it pretty precise. I was having trouble. This is what I was using last night on a test limb. And I was having trouble getting it to smoothly go on because I was using a paintbrush. Because I thought, well, paintbrush, that's probably the best way to go. But this is just a swab. Now look at that. You can clean up the what got on the outside by using the side of the swab. You have to do a lot of blowing on this one because little pieces of powder get all over the doll, and I'm a little concerned that this color's too light. I just went to Walmart and bought something that had purple in it. I didn't try to get the most expensive or the best quality or anything like that. Just trying to get something that had purple in it. And this is what I got. It cost $1 and something, I think. Has a darker purple here, but it's sparkly. I don't know if I want my doll's creases to sparkle. But it is considerably darker. Oh, I like that. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. It's a lighter, more pastel-y purple, but I still like it. I need another swab, I think. These are coming unwound really quick. Try to twist them back together a little bit here. Oh, this one. Now, I can't do what she did because my doll is already painted. She put it on and then she painted over the top of it to see if it would come off. And if this even stays on, I'm going to try to take it off when we're finished with the baking and cooling. I'm going to see, can I take it off? And I'm going to use paint thinner for the simple reason that every time you put a coat of paint on your doll, you're using paint thinner. And all of you air dry artists, if you want to use this method, you're going to have to try some of your, I'd just try water first, see if it would come off. And this is not an easy one. I don't know how I'm going to get another swab. Is what I'm going to do. Try to get one that's super pointy to get in between these toes and on the bottom of the foot. Not getting much on there. That's better. It's more subtle. This is more subtle than the pencil. I could see the pencil a lot better, but this is softer and more subtle, and it's just going to be something that probably your customer can see with their naked eye and not, it won't be overwhelming. It'll just be, very, very soft. I don't know if I can do anything on the bottom of the foot with this. What my friend was using was not eyeshadow though. It was makeup. It was brightening powder or something like that. You're supposed to put it on your face. It was loose it 3 colors came with it. And you're supposed to put it on your face. I don't know if it goes over makeup or instead of makeup. I'm just not familiar with makeup. I never really wore makeup. And so I'm not very familiar with what each different kind of makeup's supposed to do. Now that's how the bottom of the foot looks a little dirty to me. I don't really like this one. Not like I like the pencil, but it's okay. So we're gonna put this one is Lewis. I think those are Lewis back there. Yep, we're gonna put that one back with Lewis. And now comes the really, really messy part. I did watch a lady do this with pan powders, and she did a lot of blowing on her brush. She took her brush and she barely let it touch the pan powder. And then she blew on the brush, I guess to get off. This is highly messy. I know from using it before. It's super, super messy. It gets everywhere. You have to be super, super careful with it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a tiny, tiny little brush. Like this one maybe. Has tiny, tiny little short bristles. And hers was even tinier than this. It was on the line of this kind of tiny. Except the bristles were shorter and they looked like they, to me, they were made out of plastic. I want a brush that's kind of stiff because you got to get down in those creases, and this stuff is of the devil, I'm telling you. Okay, let's see what I can do. I'm just going to try one crease. Let's try this one up here. Oh, that's not bad now that I blew it off. You know, before I didn't blow it off. Look at that. I hope you can see it. You have to be highly careful with this one. Oh, and I'm loving it. I didn't do it this way before. I was trying to mix it with this other stuff I have here. It's a mixer. Because this one little thing of pan powders is supposed to make different colors. Lighter and darker, like all the way to lavender, all the way to this color. And so I thought naturally, well, you must need to mix it, you know. And so I dug some out and put it in another container and put a little bit of that other stuff on it. I don't know where this powder's going when I'm blowing it. I hope it's not going anywhere near a doll. Anyway, so that's what I did, and it turned out that it made such a huge, huge, huge mess that, I don't know, I just didn't know what to do with it. Okay, let's see this thing, if it can get some of this out. I don't know if I need to get any of it out. Let me try a swab. It's very sharp looking and very dark. Perhaps I did not blow enough off the thing. This seems to almost be permanent, and I haven't even baked it yet. Wide, it makes wide creases. But if you like, ooh, it's very dark. Look at that. I don't know, that's a little dark to me. Yes, I know you can see it online very good. But I'm going to try this swab. Ooh, that'll never work. It is softer with the swab, but it's still very messy. It gets outside the lines very easily. And poor little Evelyn, who is so extra cute, is going to have such wide, wide creases. Very dirty looking. I have to say, I'm not a fan. I don't even know if I can finish this one. Looks super better if you... I was trying to clean that off of that brush. Finally got it down to something you can use. It's this crease behind the leg that's so bad. The rest of them look pretty okay. If I just keep rubbing it, maybe I'll get enough out to do the feet. I don't know. Not getting much out. That much I know. We just touch it and try to clean it off. Let's see what we get there. Yes, that's the way to do it. You barely touch it to the pan pastel. Then just go over to a piece of paper towel and try to rub it off your brush. It does seem like you're wasting a lot of the powder, but if you want clean, soft lines, this is how you're going to have to do it. Now look at that foot. Compared to that, I don't like that. Oh, I got a snotty nose. I need to blow my nose. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try to... I got some already over here. Let's see if this will take some of that off. It's very, very, very messy. Doesn't seem to want to come off. A little came off, but it's just spreading it, it seems like. Just totally wet the swab. Clean this mess up off of her. This shouldn't be taking any paint off your doll if you did it correctly. Now, if you're one of the air dryers, you cannot do this. You better use water to do it, because if you don't, you're probably going to take the paint off of your doll. This is one of the reasons that I advocate for heat set. It's just so much more durable than water-based paint. I'm failing this heat set. I mean this pan pastel, because it is so difficult to use. That looks a lot better though. I was unable to remove it all, but I did diminish it a whole lot. But it just doesn't look like what you would want your crease to look like. It just doesn't to me. Anyway, we're going to put that one down for a moment. And now our last one that we want to try is, of course, dry brushing. And we did dry brushing before, but we did it during the paint process, and it came off. This time we're going to use dry brushing with, I'm going to make sure none of that's on your hands, that's for sure. And I'm going to take this paper towel out because it's all over it too. Well, let me just tear it. I don't like this setup where I only put the paper towels in the middle. I thought it'd be easier to change and everything, but they slip around too much, and I don't like that. So I'm probably going to go back to my old routine where I used the paper towels all over the table, even underneath the jars and everything. I can't roll this chair. Okay, on this one is the one, well, I want to use a leg because I've been using legs on all of them. This one I'm going to use with the dry brushing. So I know how that works, so I'm going to just do it. And y'all know how it works too. You just use a dry brush and you just do your thing. And here's my purple brushes. I don't know how many of them are good for creasing and how many of them are not. The major test is going to be on the bottom of the feet. So that's where I'm going to be concentrating. I was creasing the legs and stuff too, but the actual test itself, I'm going to use the bottom of the feet for. So we're going to see who wins, who makes the prettiest. Some of it has to do with how the bottom of the foot looks to begin with. This one has only superficial creases, so it's not going to look all that good, just so you know. And I don't want to do two different techniques on the same doll because, well, if one doesn't work, I might would. Because I'm certainly not getting those pan pastels back out to finish that doll. This one's definitely weaker. Oops, just get a big purple spot right on the leg there. It is probably going to take more than one coat to get it to look like a crease. I don't know. We're going to see after the bake. I don't like it so far. This was no, I have to say, it's my second favorite. The pencil is still my favorite. It makes the cleanest lines. It stays really good right where you put it. And it's just good. And that's about all the creases this doll has. This doll just doesn't have any creases. We're going to see if we can even see some of these creases when they come out of the oven. I don't know. This one does not look promising. You can see it right now on the bottom of the foot. You might not can, but I can. But does that mean... I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's going to show later? I don't know. Before I put them in the oven, I'm going to write down which limb got which thing. This one is Quinn, which is well, I'm going to get it out in a minute. Charles's limbs. I'm just going to write Quinn got dry. Okay. And this one I believe is Zuri. Yes, and Zuri got pencil. And this one was Lewis. And Lewis got eyeshadow. And this last one is, well, I forgot. Evelyn. And she got pastels. So I'm going to take these legs and I'm going to put them in the oven and bake them. And when we come back, we're going to compare them. I already know which one I think is the winner. It's the pencil. It looks the best. And I know that at this stage it's going to hold up. Every crease on her leg got done very fast and very simply. And with the, let's see, Lewis got eyeshadow. It wasn't too hard, but I don't like the look of it. It's not as clean as the pencil, and it's too pastel-y colored. And the pan pastels, well, it did better this time than I've ever done on any other trials, but it was hard to use, and I couldn't crease everywhere because I don't have any kind of utensil that will put the paint everywhere. And then on the dry brushing, well, we already know it's going to be very, very light because it's wet. Well, it's dry wet, if you know what I mean. But anyway, we're going to come back and look at them again and see how they look after the bake. So I'm going to ask everybody to please like, subscribe, and share, and come back and see the results. Happy reborning.